The setup detective Mark Rylan had seen his fair share of crime scenes, but this one was different. The vault of First National Bank had been cracked open like a walnut, its steel doors bent inward as if by sheer force. The security guards were unconscious, not dead, a small mercy. The thieves had left no fingerprints, no DNA, just a single playing card, the Ace of Spades, placed deliberately on the manager's desk. Mark knew what it meant. The Ace crew was back. 5 years ago, the Ace crew, a team of 4 elite thieves, had pulled off 3 major heists before vanishing. No one knew their real names, only their aliases: King, the mastermind; Queen, the hacker; Jack, the muscle; and 10, the getaway driver. They were ghosts, slipping through police dragnets without a trace. Now they were back, and Mark was determined to catch them before they disappeared again. The player's Mark's partner, Detective Lisa Cho, was already reviewing security footage. They were in and out in 7 minutes, she said. No alarms triggered until they were gone. Queen must have hacked the system beforehand. Mark nodded. And Jack? Any signs of forced entry? Lisa pointed to the vault door. No explosives, just brute strength. That guy's not human. The bank manager, a nervous man named Harris, wiped sweat from his brow. They knew everything: security rotations, vault codes, even the silent alarm triggers. Because they had inside help, Mark muttered. The inside man the trail led to a junior security analyst, Daniel Reeves. When Mark and Lisa kicked down his apartment door, they found him packing a suitcase. I didn't have a choice, Daniel pleaded. They threatened my family. Who? Mark demanded. King. He said if I didn't give them the security blueprints, they'd kill my sister. Lisa cuffed him. And the money? Where is it? Daniel shook his head. I don't know. They never tell me anything. Mark's phone buzzed, an anonymous tip. Coordinates to an abandoned warehouse? A trap? Or a lead? The chase, the warehouse, was empty except for a single monitor. As Mark stepped inside, the screen flickered to life, revealing a masked figure, King. Detective Rylan, I was hoping you'd come. Mark drew his gun. Game's over, King. You slipped up this time. Did I? King chuckled. Or did I want you here? An explosion rocked the building. Smoke filled the room. Gunfire erupted. Jack, firing from the shadows. Mark dove for cover as Lisa returned fire. Then tires screeched outside. 10 in a black SUV pulling up. Queen's voice crackled over a nearby radio. Time to go, boys. Mark sprinted after them, but they were gone. Again, the twist back at the precinct. Mark replayed the events. Something didn't add up. They wanted us there, he realized. But why? Lisa checked the evidence. The money from the bank. It's all counterfeit. Mark's blood ran cold. A distraction. Then came the report. While they were chasing ghosts, another heist had happened across town. A high-security armored truck carrying $50 million in diamonds. King had played them perfectly. The Endgame. Mark tracked the diamonds to a private airstrip. The Ace crew was leaving the country. A final showdown erupted. Jack fought hand-to-hand with Mark, but this time, Mark was ready. He landed a solid punch, knocking Jack down. 10 revved. The plane's engine while Queen hacked the perimeter gates. King stood at the plane's steps, smirking. You're good, detective, but not good enough. Mark raised his gun. It's over. King tilted his head. Is it? A shot rang out, but not from Mark's gun. Lisa stood behind him, her weapon smoking. King collapsed. Mark turned, stunned. Lisa? She smiled sadly. Sorry, Mark, but the Ace crew always had a fifth member. Before he could react, she boarded the plane. The engines roared, and the jet took off into the night. Mark stood alone, watching as the last thief escaped. Epilogue, the news, called it a partial victory. King was dead, Jack and 10 captured. But Queen and the mysterious fifth member, Ace, were still out there. And somewhere in the world, Lisa Cho was sipping champagne, diamonds glittering in her bag. Mark crumpled the Ace of Spades in his fist. The game wasn't over. The aftermath, the eye. Precinct was in chaos. Reporters swarmed the steps demanding answers about the botched operation. Captain Reyes slammed the case file on his desk, his face red with fury. You let them get away, Rylan, and now we find out your own partner was working with them? Mark sat slumped in the chair, his knuckles bruised from the fight with Jack. His mind replayed Lisa's betrayal, the way she had looked at him before pulling the trigger on King. Had there been regret in her eyes? Or just cold calculation? I didn't know, Mark muttered. That's the problem, Reyes snapped. You didn't see it, none of us did. A forensic tech entered, handing Mark a file. We pulled Jack's prints. His real name is Victor Drago, ex-Spetsnaz. 10's ID is fake, but we think he's a former rally driver from Europe. Queen, nothing. She's a ghost. Mark flipped through the pages. And King? Dead. Real name unknown. But we found something else. The tech placed a small evidence bag on the table, a silver pendant, engraved with a single word. Ace. Mark's stomach twisted. Lisa's necklace. The hunt begins. Interpol had Queen's face on every screen in the city. The only known photo was grainy, a woman with dark hair, caught mid-laugh at a cafe in Monaco. No name, no records. Mark traced Lisa's last known steps. Her apartment was clean, too clean. No personal items, no photos, just a safe hidden behind a false wall. Inside, a burner phone and a note. If you're reading this, I'm already gone. Don't follow me, Mark, it's not worth it. He crushed the note in Chapter 8. His fist. Then, the phone buzzed. A single message from an unknown number. You always were a terrible detective. Mark's blood ran cold. The trail leads to Vegas, the R. Diamonds from the armored truck had surfaced in Las Vegas, sold off in pieces to underground buyers. Mark flew out posing as a high roller. At the Eclipse Casino, a dealer slipped him a chip with a playing card symbol, the Ace of Spades. She's waiting for you, the dealer murmured. Mark followed the trail to a private penthouse. The door was unlocked. Inside, Queen sat at a poker table, her fingers dancing over a laptop. Took you long enough, she said without looking up. Mark drew his gun. Where's Lisa? Queen smirked. Ace doesn't want to see you. Then why? Lead me here? She finally met his eyes. Because she left something for you. A monitor flickered on. Lisa's face appeared. Recorded footage. Mark, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. But this life was never yours to save me from. King's dead. The crew is done. Let it go. The screen went black. Queen stood. She's gone. And if you're smart, you'll walk away. Mark's finger tightened on the trigger. Then, gunshots. The window shattered. Queen grabbed her laptop and bolted. Mark dove for cover as bullets tore through the room. Who the hell was shooting at them? A new player outside, a black van screeched away. Inside, Mark found a dead mercenary. No ID, just a tattoo. VK Vladimir Krupin, Russian mob. A call came in from Reyes. We just got a hit. Victor Drago, Jack, was Krupin's enforcer before joining the Ace crew. Krupin wants revenge for his death. Mark cursed. And Lisa? If Krupin finds her first, she's dead. The Final Gambit, Lisa's trail led to a private island in the Caribbean. Mark infiltrated under the guise of a hired gun. At dawn, he found her on a dock watching the sunrise. She didn't turn around. I knew you'd come. You set me up, Mark said. You used me to take down King. Lisa sighed. King was going to betray us. He made a deal with Krupin, sell out the crew for a clean escape. And the diamonds? My retirement plan. She finally faced him. Walk away, Mark. Please. Before he could answer, gunfire erupted. Krupin's men stormed the beach. Lisa tossed Mark a pistol. Guess we do this together one last time. Blood in the sand back to back. They fought. Lisa moved like a shadow, precise and lethal. Mark covered her, picking off attackers. Then, Krupin himself appeared, a shotgun in hand. You took my best man, he growled. Now you pay. Lisa lunged. Too late. The blast hit her shoulder, spinning her to the ground. Mark fired. Krupin dropped. He rushed to Lisa. Blood seeped through her shirt. Still a terrible detective, she choked out, smiling weakly. A helicopter roared overhead. Police backup. Lisa's grip tightened on his arm. Go, before they see you. Mark hesitated. Then he kissed her forehead and ran. Epilogue. The ghost months later, the news declared the Ace crew disbanded. Queen vanished. Jack and Ten were in prison. Lisa Cho was presumed dead. Mark stood at her empty grave, a single playing card in his hand, the Ace of Spades. Then his phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number.